Andrew Roberts' Napoleon: A Life is a monumental biography that delves into the life, career, and legacy of one of history's most enigmatic and influential figures, Napoleon Bonaparte. Published in 2014, this work distinguishes itself from previous biographies through its use of newly discovered letters, meticulous research, and a balanced narrative that offers both admiration and critique. Roberts aims to paint a comprehensive and nuanced picture of Napoleon, exploring not just the military genius and political leader, but also the man behind the myth. A fresh perspective on Napoleon. One of the defining features of Roberts' biography is the fresh perspective it brings to Napoleon's life. Unlike many historians who have either vilified or glorified Napoleon, Roberts attempts to strike a middle ground. He acknowledges Napoleon's flaws, his authoritarian tendencies, his insatiable ambition, and the immense bloodshed caused by his wars. But he also highlights his achievements, including the administrative reforms, the Napoleonic Code, and his lasting impact on European and global history. Roberts was granted access to 33,000 of Napoleon's letters, many of which had never been published before. These letters provide invaluable insight into Napoleon's thoughts, strategies, and personal relationships. They humanize him, revealing a man who was not just a ruthless conqueror, but also a complex individual with deep emotions, particularly towards his family and his first wife, Josephine de Beauharnais. The early years, Corsican roots and rise to power. The biography begins with Napoleon's early life in Corsica, painting a vivid picture of his upbringing in a modest but ambitious family. Born in 1769, just after Corsica had been annexed by France, Napoleon grew up with a strong sense of identity and purpose. Roberts details how his Corsican roots and the influence of his mother, Letizia Bonaparte, shaped his character and worldview. Despite his outsider status in French society, Napoleon excelled in his military education, showcasing a natural aptitude for strategy and leadership. Roberts emphasizes how the chaos of the French Revolution provided the perfect backdrop for Napoleon's meteoric rise. The revolution dismantled old power structures, allowing talented individuals like Napoleon to climb the ranks based on merit. His early military successes, particularly during the Italian campaign, established him as a formidable leader and brought him to the attention of the French government. Military genius and the art of war. Roberts dedicates considerable attention to Napoleon's military campaigns, illustrating his strategic brilliance and innovative tactics. The Italian campaign of 1796 to 1797 is portrayed as a masterclass in military leadership, where Napoleon demonstrated his ability to inspire troops, outmaneuver opponents, and achieve decisive victories against larger forces. His subsequent Egyptian campaign, though less successful, is analyzed for its boldness and its impact on Napoleon's reputation as a leader willing to take risks. The biography covers Napoleon's most famous battles, including Austerlitz, Jena, and Wagram, highlighting how his ability to adapt, his understanding of logistics, and his psychological insight in his enemies made him nearly invincible on the battlefield. However, Roberts does not shy away from discussing Napoleon's failures, such as the disastrous Russian campaign of 1812 and the ultimate defeat at Waterloo in 1815. These setbacks are presented not merely as military blunders, but as reflections of Napoleon's overreaching ambition and the limits of his power. The statesman and reformer. While Napoleon is often remembered for his military conquests, Roberts gives equal weight to his role as a statesman and reformer. The biography explores how Napoleon centralized the French government, streamlined administrative functions, and introduced reforms that have had a lasting impact. The Napoleonic Code, perhaps his most enduring legacy, standardized laws across France and influenced legal systems worldwide. Roberts argues that this codification of civil law promoted equality before the law, property rights, and secular governance, laying the groundwork for modern legal systems. Roberts also examines Napoleon's complex relationship with the Church. While he reestablished relations with the Catholic Church through the Concordat of 1801, he maintained state control over religious affairs, reflecting his pragmatic approach to governance. This balancing act between maintaining religious traditions and promoting secular reforms exemplifies Napoleon's skill as a political leader. Personal life and relationships. Roberts offers a detailed exploration of Napoleon's personal life, particularly his relationships with his family and his two wives. His marriage to Josephine de Beauharnais is portrayed as deeply passionate, though fraught with infidelity on both sides. Roberts uses Napoleon's letters to Josephine to reveal his vulnerability and emotional depth, contrasting with the image of the cold, calculating military leader. Napoleon's second marriage to Marie Louise of Austria is depicted as more of a political alliance than a love match. However, Roberts notes that Napoleon was devoted to their son, known as the King of Rome, and saw him as the continuation of his dynasty. The biography also touches on Napoleon's relationships with his siblings, many of whom he placed in positions of power across Europe, and how these familial ties both strengthened and complicated his empire. The downfall, ambition, and hubris. Roberts provides a detailed account of the factors leading to Napoleon's downfall. He argues that while Napoleon's ambition and talent were unparalleled, they were also his greatest weaknesses. The decision to invade Russia in 1812 is presented as a turning point, showcasing Napoleon's overconfidence and underestimation of logistical challenges and the Russian winter. The catastrophic loss of troops and resources weakened his empire and emboldened his enemies. The subsequent coalition wars, Napoleon's abdication in 1814, his brief return during the Hundred Days, and his final defeat at Waterloo are all meticulously analyzed. Roberts attributes these failures not just to external forces, but also to Napoleon's inability to recognize when to consolidate his power rather than expand it further. His exile to Elba, dramatic return, and final banishment to St. Helena are recounted with a focus on Napoleon's resilience and refusal to accept defeat, even in the face of insurmountable odds. Legacy, the man, the myth, and the modern world. In the final sections of Napoleon: A Life, Roberts reflects on Napoleon's legacy. He challenges the traditional narrative that paints Napoleon solely as a warmonger and tyrant, arguing that his contributions to modern governance, law, and military strategy cannot be overlooked. While acknowledging the immense suffering caused by his wars, Roberts contends that Napoleon's vision of meritocracy, legal reform, and centralized administration helped shape the modern state. Roberts also explores how Napoleon's image has evolved over time, from the demonization by his enemies to the near deification by his admirers. The biography examines the cultural and historical significance of Napoleon in France and beyond, highlighting how his life and career continue to inspire debate and fascination. Andrew Roberts' Napoleon: A Life stands out as a comprehensive, balanced, and engaging biography that captures the complexity of one of history's most compelling figures. By combining meticulous research with a narrative flair, Roberts brings Napoleon to life, offering readers a nuanced understanding of the man behind the legend. The biography's strength lies in its ability to humanize Napoleon while critically examining his achievements and failures. For those interested in military history, political science, or European history, Napoleon: A Life is an essential read. It not only provides a detailed account of Napoleon's life, but also invites readers to consider the broader implications of his actions on the modern world. Whether viewed as a hero, a villain, or something in between, Napoleon Bonaparte remains a figure whose life continues to captivate and challenge our understanding of history, and Robert's biography is a masterful guide to that complex legacy.